All right, let me tell you something. There's a very specific kind of chaos that happens when the biggest kid on the playground finally notices the scrappy little new kid everyone's been hyping. For about a year, Slate has been that new kid. Jeff Bezos put money behind it, and it's a truck that turns into an SUV, like some kind of S10 that shops at JC Whitney, but it's priced so low that it made every other automaker look like they were charging you rent. And then Ford walked over, cracked its knuckles, and dropped a $29,000 electric pickup with 2 extra doors and a touchscreen. That's not competition, that's your big brother sharing your fries by eating all of them. What's happening, Panda Nation? Peter Von Panda here. All right, today we're talking about the new Ford Fathom. That's the name, Fathom. A lot of people thought it was going to be the Ranchero, but it's not. It's Fathom. Can you fathom that? And it just put a whole lot of pressure on the Slate E truck. I want to break down exactly what Ford's bringing, what we actually know versus what's still a guess, and whether this thing is the affordable EV a lot of us have been waiting for. So stick with me because the spec sheet is where this gets fun. Let me back up a second though, because you got to understand the Slate's story first to understand why this thing kind of stings. Slate came out swinging, and honestly, I think those people were smart. They were clever, genuinely innovative thinking. The whole pitch was a bare bones, build-it-yourself electric truck that could upgrade over time. Add the SUV kit, add the seats, add a roof so your family doesn't ride like cargo. It's basically an EV you assemble like IKEA furniture, except at the end you have a truck instead of a bookshelf and 3 leftover screws that you're afraid to admit. The modular idea is absolutely totally cool. It's totally fetch. I absolutely love it. But here's the thing that I never could quite shake. The whole magic price, the one that made the internet lose its collective mind, really honestly needed a coupon to work. The truck was hyped at under 20 grand, and that number only happened if you stapled the $7,500 federal EV tax credit onto it. Then Congress killed the tax credit. It officially went away at the end of September 2025, and then Slate quietly scrubbed the under $20,000 language off their website faster than you delete a saucy text that you send to your fat mama. So the truck that shook the world at under 20 is now a truck that starts at $24,000. I think specifically $24,950, $25,000 basically. Still cheap for an EV, still the cheapest new pickup you can buy, but that's the 2-seater, unpainted plastic panels, manual windows, crank windows like you got back in the 90s, and no center screen at all. And when you actually configure it the way a normal human with a family would, you add the SUV kit so you can carry 5 people instead of 2. Well, the number climbs right up to about $30,000, $29,950 to be exact, at least from Slate's calculator. Now, hold on to that number for a second. $30,000 for a Slate that can seat your family. Now, about a prediction. Way back when Slate first got unveiled, I did a video where I speculated out loud about what might happen if a major automaker decided to build something like this. Not a startup, a real OEM. One with decades of supplier relationships, actual engineering muscle, and economies of scale so big they buy bolts by the metric ton. And my hunch was that a bigger player could come in and match this, maybe even hand you a whole lot more truck for around the same money. I figured that they would have the leverage to make the little guy sweat. Well, I think I know who's sweating right now, and I think it's Slate, because Ford just showed up with the Fathom, and I've got to say, I think I was pretty close in my original video. Let me give you some of the numbers. The Ford Fathom starts at $28,350. Add the destination charge, that's the delivery fee, about $1,600, and you're at $29,945 out of the gate. So if you're following me with the math, the Slate that seats 5 is about 30 grand, and it's the stripped one. The Ford that seats 5, about 30 grand, and it's a Ford with doors that lock themselves. So let me say that again. For basically the same money as a kitted out Slate, the Fathom gives you 2 more doors, a real interior, and a badge that's been building trucks since your great-grandpa was complaining about the youth being too loud or TVs are going to ruin our kids. Anyway, so what is this thing exactly? Let me walk you through it because this is a real vehicle, not a concept sketch somebody doodled on a napkin. The Fathom is a compact to mid-size electric pickup truck, although Ford calls it small. It's roughly the footprint of a Ford Maverick, which is actually fairly big. So it's a truck that you can actually park without a spotter and a prayer. It seats 5 people. It's got a small pickup bed in the back. It's got a frunk, that's the front trunk, the storage space up front where a gas engine used to live. And Ford is bragging that the inside has more passenger room than a Toyota RAV4, which is a flex, and it's actually a pretty good one. It's the very first vehicle built on Ford's new Universal EV platform. They dumped something like $5 billion into this program, and the whole point was to build a cheaper electric vehicle from the ground up. They're assembling it in Louisville, Kentucky, using a new process where they build the front, the middle, and the back separately and then snap them together like an expensive kit car. That means there are fewer parts, about 20% fewer than a comparable vehicle, and that means lower costs, which means they can charge you less. Now, here's where I had a bunch of questions, because when a truck is this cheap, my brain immediately goes, okay, so what did they take away from it? So I wondered, does it get the stuff we actually expect in a car in 2026, like power windows, power locks, remote entry, a screen that isn't just a phone holder with delusions? And the answer, as far as we know, is a hard yes. Ford has been very clear that this is not a punishment box. This isn't the stripped back to basics deal where you crank your own windows and you feel like a test pilot for early cars. It comes with a big touchscreen standard. It's got a digital key, so your phone can be your key. It's loaded with tech that I honestly didn't expect at this price. You want Apple CarPlay? It's got it. Android Auto? Got that too. And here's the kicker. The Fathom is actually the first vehicle ever to get Apple Maps built right into it. And it uses your route to plan your charging stops and pre-warm the battery so it charges faster when you get there. It does over-the-air software updates so the truck can get better while it sleeps in your garage. And it's got the hardware from Ford's Blue Cruise, which is their hands-free highway driving system, which is kind of amazing. Although, fair warning, actually turning that feature on is probably going to cost you extra. Ford giveth and Ford taketh away. And speakers. Yes, I had to say that because the Slate doesn't come with speakers by default. I don't think Ford's going to hand you a $30,000 truck and make you hum, so I couldn't find that specifically, but I'm pretty sure it's included. Okay, now the stuff you actually clicked for, the real specs, the ones we know for sure. Battery, range, charging. Let me be straight with you up front. Ford has not dropped the full spec sheet yet. So some of this is confirmed and some of this is educated guessing. And I'm going to tell you which is which because I'm not going to sit here and make numbers up and have you quote me to your friends and then tell them that I made you look ridiculous. That's your mama's job. Here's what's confirmed. The battery pack is an LFP pack. That's lithium iron phosphate, the cheaper, tougher, longer lasting battery chemistry. It doesn't quite have the range kind of per pound of the fancy stuff, but it's cheaper to make. And it doesn't throw a tantrum, which is exactly what you want in a budget truck. It runs on a 400-volt system, and Ford built the battery right into the structure of the truck instead of bolting a separate module underneath. The cells basically are part of the frame. How about range? Ford has confirmed there will be a battery option that gets you 300 miles on a full charge. That's damn good. And because that's called out as an option, the base standard range version almost certainly gets you less. And the smart money says somewhere in the 200 to 220 range. But I want to be honest, the base number is still a guess until Ford makes it official. The charging connector. And this is the one I love. It's NACS. That's the Tesla style plug that's basically become the standard now. Ford's been spotted testing these trucks at Tesla superchargers, and the charge port sits on the driver's rear side. So no goofy adapter dance. You pull up to the biggest, most reliable fast charging network in the country and you just plug the sucker in. The exact fast charging speed, again, not announced yet. So if somebody tells you the precise number today, I kind of think they're guessing or they're under embargo or something. Okay. And Ford also teased a version that'll do 0 to 60 in under 4.5 seconds in a truck at this price. So this little cheap electric truck might embarrass a sports car at a stoplight, which is a very funny thing to know about a vehicle designed for hauling mulch. Let's put these two head to head. On price, they're basically twins. Both land around 30 grand for a version that seats 5 people. On seats, Slate makes you buy the kit to get there, and it's still a converted 2-seater at heart. The Ford just comes with 5 seats. It's a real 4-door out of the gate. On range, the Slate is rated at 205 miles. The Fathom's got a 300-mile option on the table. Advantage Ford if you go for the bigger battery. On the features, this isn't even close. The base Slate has manual windows, no screen, no speakers, no manual switches for most things. The base Fathom has a touchscreen, CarPlay, digital key, and Apple Maps built in. One of these trucks is a blank canvas, maybe a blank slate. The other shows up already knowing how to roll its own windows up. But, and this one matters, the Slate is still cheaper at the very bottom if you're a 2-seat, no frills, I just want to haul plywood and my own quiet dignity kind of person. And the Slate actually starts production a little sooner. Slate's aiming for deliveries in early 2027. Although I believe delivery dates when I see them. Ford's opening pre-orders in early 2027 and getting trucks to people later that year. So Slate might beat Ford to the driveway by a nose. So if you're cross-shopping these, which one are you actually writing the check for? The stripped-down Bezos special that you build yourself like furniture, or the Ford that comes fully dressed for the same money. I'll tell you where my head's at right now. This might be the one for someone like me, honestly, because here's my life. I need a family car during the week, something that seats everybody, has the tech, doesn't feel like sitting in a penalty box. But on the weekend, I don't want a boring crossover. I want a bed. I want to be able to throw one of those little pickup bed campers in the back and disappear for a couple days. A Fathom does both. 5 seats Monday through Friday. I can commute to work using Blue Cruise on the highway. A truck bed and a camper on Saturday and Sunday for 30 grand. That's not a vehicle. That's a mullet. Business up front, party in the back, or a colonoscopy, depending on how old you are. Now, real talk before we wrap it up. This is Ford's second swing at electric trucks after the big F-150 Lightning cooled off, and their whole EV division has been bleeding money like a stuck pig. So there's pressure on them to make this stick. And it's a 2027 truck, which in car years means anything can still change. Prices creep, dealers do things and slap a market adjustment sticker on stuff, which is a fancy way of saying that we saw you coming in and wanting this thing, and we are gonna just reach into your pockets and take everything out, including your money and your balls. So I pump the brakes on getting too excited until these things are actually on lots. But I do think the Fathom just made life a whole lot harder for Slate again, because Ford basically looked at the affordable EV space, saw a startup getting all the attention and said, hey, that's cute, and maybe we can build a 5-seat truck for the same price that the startup charges for 2 seats and a crank window. That's the game right now. It's totally fetched to watch it play out as a consumer. So they are about the same money, but pretty different trucks, and I, for one, am delighted that a big automaker finally showed up to the party to make an affordable EV truck. So I'm fascinated to see how this thing plays out, and I keep putting a few dollars away to buy my next vehicle, and I'm curious which one will pry that money out of my cold, dead hands. Peter Von Panda, out.